What's up, everybody? Welcome to the first episode of Fandom Wars. We're here in Charlotte, North Carolina,
at the Discovery Place, and we're going to go check out the Marvel exhibit. It's been going all over the country. Let's check it out.
We'll let you know how it goes.
As we first walk in, we see the Hulk, purple pants and all. At the actual exhibit, there's a short 5-minute video on the history of comic books and how they first started. Then the fun stuff of the origin of the superhero. They had on display the first Marvel's comic from 1939. We, of course, get to World War II with Captain America's rise to fame. After the war, the public was afraid that comics were going to corrupt the children, just like every generation is afraid of something corrupting their kids when they aren't being a good enough parent. In the 80s, it was heavy metal and playing records backwards to hear the devil. In the 90s, it was rap and hip-hop, along with video games. In 2000s, it was the internet. And now it's TikTok and other social media. Stan Lee was the heart and soul of the MCU and the Marvel Universe when it comes to comics. I was lucky enough to meet him a few years ago at Heroes Con in Charlotte. The other major influence in Marvel Comics was Jack Kirby, and we get to see his workstation here. Blair and I both were able to take a quick break with Ben Grimm from the Fantastic Four here. Transitioning into the MCU exhibits, starting with the Black Panther. We get to see the outfits of Okoye, T'Challa, and Shuri. There was even a Black Panther you could pose with. Now the next part of the exhibit was the Amazing Spider-Man. Now we had fun with this one. We got to pose with him, both myself and Blair. Now the other part that was cool is you got to see the suit that Tom Holland wore, and man, that thing is a lot shorter than you'd imagine. They had some really cool Green Goblin pieces from the first Tobey Maguire movie as well. Now, I wasn't a huge Thor fan until Thor Ragnarok. Now, these outfits were cool looking, and they had the helmet from the first Avengers movie for Loki, and it was really cool looking as well. And then we got to my favorite part, the Iron Man exhibit. Now they had the suits from Iron Man 1, 2, and 3. And I had to get a picture with Mark 42, my favorite Iron Man suit. Then we have the first Avenger, Captain America suit. They also had the Falcon and Winter Soldier suits from the Disney Plus series. Speaking of Disney Plus, they had a great display for the WandaVision series on Disney Plus. Now I love both of these outfits. Plus, I love Elizabeth Olsen, so I'm a little biased. Growing up in the 90s, we all loved the X-Men cartoon. That made us appreciate the early 2000 X-Men movies all that much more, and they had the Cyclops goggles and Wolverine claws there. Unfortunately, they didn't have any Deadpool items there. I loved reading Daredevil when I was young, and they had the Daredevil outfit from the Netflix show. I loved that show. It was groundbreaking for Marvel. They even had Hell's Kitchen. Speaking of Netflix, they even had some pieces from Luke Cage. We then walk into the Mystic portion, and we see Doctor Strange's outfit from the MCU and the Ancient One's outfit. Going cosmic, they then showed us the MCU's version of Captain Marvel's 2 outfits. They also show you the 2 different versions of Captain Marvel, the MCU and the comics version. Speaking of comic version, they have Miss Marvel on display. The MCU's Guardians of the Galaxy. What a great addition they have been. Myself and Blair got to see the concept for the original Groot.
Okay, so the suits and the costumes were really cool, but the toys were a nice surprise. A cool sign from the 70s for the collectible Slurpee cups. The Ben Cooper Spider-Man Halloween costume from the mid-60s. Marvel Superheroes Training Center from Toy Biz. There was that Mego Iron Man that was awesome. And of course there were Marvel Legends from both Hasbro and Toy Biz. It was really cool to see.